Police Commissioner Dermot Shea says it was all over in seconds. Acting on a tip from a 911 call, two officers confronted a man sitting on apartment steps along Beaumont Avenue in the Belmont section. Police say he opened fire as the cops approached, striking one officer in the upper right arm.
She eventually is shot twice in that area. She returns fire, we believe, 5 times, striking the assailant.
Meanwhile, her partner is hit by a bullet that enters through his right underarm and exits through the left side of his chest. Mayor de Blasio.
We all need to count our blessings right now as two good young people who devoted themselves to all of us are going to come through okay.
Roger Stern, 1010 wins at St. Barnabas Hospital in the Bronx.
Cops describe the shooter as a career criminal. Another officer was hurt last night in Brooklyn, hit by a car at East 83rd and Foster Avenue in Canarsie. He was taken to Kings County with a possible broken leg. The driver who hit him bailed out of the car and took off on foot, and they're still looking for him. It's never a good time to have a 5-alarm fire, but the day before Thanksgiving was particularly bad timing for residents of an apartment building on Post Avenue in Inwood. FDNY Chief of Department Thomas Richardson says the fire was well along by the time they got there.
They had an advanced fire on arrival that had spread up into the top floor, 6-story apartment building, and it got into the space between the ceiling and the roof. We call that the cock roof, and it quickly spread throughout the cock roof. Roof area, and it escalated to 5 alarms.
No injuries reported, but about 35 people need someplace else to live for now. It's 42, mostly sunny. We're going up to 54 now. This Fisher Center for Alzheimer's Research Foundation. Honor a loved one with a tribute donation at alzinfo.org/radio. Health experts like Dr. Fauci haven't come right out and said that you should avoid the unvaccinated today, but they have strongly implied it in the various bits of advice they've been dispensing on how to have a safe Thanksgiving.
You surround yourself with vaccinated people, and you get boosted.
Do you test going into the gathering and on the way back out? What should people do?
Well, it depends. My daughters are very careful because of my age. And that's the reason why I said we need to flood the system with testing.
The CDC is predicting a spike in cases in the coming weeks. They're already up about 30% nationwide in the last 2 weeks. Waze News Time, 8:11. Traffic and transit on the ones now. Russ Meyer has the update.
And indeed I do, with a look at the FDR job in watching that this morning because of a crash over by 111th Street. This is on the northbound side, and it is backing up traffic. Been watching it on our 1010 Winds jam cam. Only the left lane is open. The crews have been out there for a while now. Southbound, not bad at all. We're in pretty good shape from the RFK Bridge all the way down to the Brooklyn Battery Tunnel. West Side Highway, Henry Hudson Parkway, they look okay. Also, here's what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels. All 3 Hudson River crossings are quiet in and outbound, but don't want to bring your car into Manhattan, especially Midtown, because of the parade closures, which are underway, and will be the case until around 1-2 this afternoon before they have everything reopened. Your best route into Manhattan is transit. The LIRR Metro North and NJ Transit are adding some extra trains this morning to accommodate those attending the parade, and those trains will head you home as well. Also, we had a crash on the westbound side of Grand Central Parkway coming in towards Cross Island Parkway. That has been quickly cleared. Alternate side parking rules are suspended today, including the meter rolls. This report sponsored by Ray Casino Porsche. I'm Ross Meyer on Support 821 on 1010 Win.
Experience the luxury of a certified pre-owned Porsche from Ray Casino Porsche. Financing available starting at 2.99% up to 72 months. Visit Ray Casino Porsche in Edison or go to RayCasinoPorsche.com. To well-qualified buyers with approved credit. See dealer for details.
Now the 1010 Winds AccuWeather 4-day forecast sponsored by Morristown Medical Center, and I guess you couldn't have done any better today, Dean DeVore.
You know, this is for myself and everybody else who wants to get out after a year of not being able to see it in person. This is as good as we could hope for. Well, we could always hope for better weather, but this is right in the wheelhouse of almost perfect. Temperatures chilly, but as Juliet's been saying, there's no wind issue. Temperatures will be working their way up through the low to mid 40s, and then when the jolly old elf makes his way to Herald Square, probably at around 50 and then up to 54 at the end of the day. Now look, there's going to be some issues later tonight with some wet roads, into tomorrow morning with some rain, and then the big issue tomorrow is going to be your comfort. It is going to get colder by the minute in the afternoon. The temperatures drop. Real fields end up 30 or below in the afternoon and evening, and then a cold and windy Saturday, but dry. Sunday's dry to a point. I'm worried, Lee, there could be some issues with some rain and wet snow in the region. Inland areas have the best chance for slippery roads. That would be Sunday night into Monday for a late return home from the holidays. Right now, temperature at 41. We're going up to a high today of 54. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Dean DeBoer on New York's weather station, 1010 Winds.
And now, news from Atlantic Health. Morristown Medical Center named the #1 hospital in New Jersey again for the 4th year in a row by U.S. News and World Report. Morristown Medical Center is setting new standards of care with nationally recognized programs in cardiology and heart surgery, orthopedics, and gynecology. Morristown Medical Center, part of Atlantic Health System. Visit atlantichealth.org/best hospital.
COVID-19 hit New York City hard, but together we fought back hard. Together we're getting vaccinated to safely reopen our schools, businesses, and entertainment. And together we're keeping New York the safest big city in the country. With the NYPD taking more guns off the streets, with violence interrupters stopping conflicts before they happen, with after-school programs, jobs, and mentors to keep our kids safe. There's still work to be done, but we're New Yorkers, and we'll do it together. Join us at nyc.gov/together.
Velvety paper feel, exquisite colors, the stunning scale of a massive storefront banner. At Staples, we sweat the details and quality of every print project. It's what we call our Print Big Promise. We're not only committed to getting your print job right, we're committed to treating your small business like a big deal, to bringing your ideas to life and giving you guidance from start to finish. Stop by Staples today and try our Print Big Promise. You'll be glad you did. Staples, where small business print big.
Well, I started my own restaurant because I love to cook. But that also means a lot of greasy pots and pans. And we can't waste time with endless sink changeovers. So we upgraded to Dawn Professional Pot and Pan.
Dawn Professional cleans 58% more pots and pans per sink than the leading competitor.
Less dish soap, fewer changeovers, and more time doing what we love.
Dawn Professional. It's clean. Upgraded. From P&G Professional.
It's news time, 8:16. You'll recall President Biden underwent a colonoscopy last week. Doctors removed a polyp. They say it is benign and there's no further action. The president's doctor says a similar polyp was removed in 2008. Most such polyps are harmless, but left to their own, some could turn cancerous, and that's why doctors recommend routine colonoscopies starting at 45 or 50, depending on which doctor you talk to. The president turned 79 last week. His doctor says he is healthy and fit for duty, but adds that the president is showing some signs of aging. They get some great calls at the Butterball Turkey Hotline every Thanksgiving, and operators are standing by to handle this year's onslaught of culinary incompetence.
For 40 years, they've been on the other end of the line.
Butterball Turkey Hotline, can I help you?
Until Christmas Eve, some 50 people are taking calls about everything from prep to cook times to carving. Supervisor Bill Nolan stressing,
You know, we can give people advice on anything. There's no such thing as a dumb question or a silly question.
Nolan says the Butterball Turkey Talk Line is celebrating its 40th anniversary by expanding online to TikTok, where it has created a taste kitchen, even offering suggestions for those Thanksgiving leftovers.
Correspondent Jennifer Kuiper, they do get some great calls there, like the guy who carved his turkey with a chainsaw and wanted to know if the dripping oil from the chainsaw was going to impact the taste of the turkey, or the mom whose son stuffed the turkey with Lego blocks, and the guy from Alabama who called saying that he found a turkey from 1969 in his freezer. Had some supply chain, and arrangements were made to make sure that there was more than enough turkey today to serve all those who are serving the nation.
The Defense Logistics Agency isn't letting supply chain challenges keep it from feeding the troops. It's been planning for the meal since March and making sure most of the ingredients were in place by October. From the biggest installation to the smallest outpost, troops will be fed a Thanksgiving meal with all the fixins, including more than 5,700 whole turkeys, almost 60,000 pounds of roasted turkey, lots of beef, ham, shrimp, sweet potatoes, pies, cakes, and more than 23,000 gallons of eggnog.
Correspondent Christopher Cruz. This year, most troops will be eating the big meal at tables with their comrades rather than mostly alone as they had to do last year. If you remember Pee-wee's Playhouse, you might remember the Amazing Larry. Well, the guy who played the Amazing Larry, Lou Cutel, has died. He was in showbiz for about 60 years on Broadway on the Dick Van Dyke Show and memorable movies like Frankenstein Meets the Space Monster. But his finest moment may have came when he played proctologist Howard Cooperman in the iconic You Silly Jerry episode of Seinfeld. Lou Cutel was 91 years old. That is Cyndi Lauper singing the Pee-wee's Playhouse theme. 42 degrees, mostly sunny. We're going up to 54. Winds news time 8:19.
At T-Mobile, we're bringing it all together for the holidays with great deals for everyone. This week only, you can get a perfect pairing. The new iPhone 13 Pro and AirPods. You can capture your favorite moments with the most advanced iPhone camera ever.
Wow, the whole family looks great. Perfect for our holiday card.
And you can get a pair of AirPods to gift.
Now I can listen to my favorite songs on repeat without driving my family nuts.
And the perfect pairing is just the start. We'll also give you 1 free year of Apple TV Plus.
Gather around, people. The morning show isn't going to watch itself.
Hurry in. This week only, both new and existing T-Mobile and Sprint customers can get the iPhone 13 Pro on us and up to $130 back on AirPods via rebate with eligible trade-in on our Max plan. And you'll even get 1 free year of Apple TV Plus. Because together we holiday. Only at T-Mobile.
Won't be a 30-monthly bill price. And AirPods Gen 2 after rebate via prepaid card from well-qualified buyers plus tax. 1 per account ends 11/29. Balance on required finance agreements due. If you cancel service, call before canceling to continue remaining credits on phone. Apple TV Plus reduced to $4.99 per month after 1 year unless you cancel. Details at T-Mobile.com.
The station you know, the people you trust. 1010 wins.
All news, all the time. This is 1010 Wins. You give us 22 minutes, we'll give you the world.
Good morning, 42 degrees, 8:20, Thursday, November 25th, Thanksgiving Day. I'm Lee Harris, and here's what's happening. We have a real Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade again this year. It steps off in 40 minutes, and we'll go live to the starting line. The Bronx, a man opened fire on 2 cops last night, wounding both. They fired back and wounded the shooter. Holiday travel volume back to almost pre-pandemic levels, despite the CDC warning the unvaccinated to stay home. 35 residents of Inwood will be spending Thanksgiving someplace other than home after a 5-alarm fire tore through their apartment building on Post Avenue. Peter Jackson's long-awaited Beatles documentary Get Back debuts today. Sports, the Nets and the Rangers won, the Devils lost. 10-10 wins AccuWeather. The sun we have now will fade behind clouds. We'll be in the low 40s at the start of the parade with a high today of 54. This time, 8:21 now. Traffic and transit on the ones, and here's Russ Meyer.
We still watching slowdowns on the FDR Drive northbound side. I say still because it's been over an hour with a crash over by 111th Street and delays down to around 79th Street. However, the southbound side is doing okay. West Side Highway and Henry Hudson Parkway. Not a problem for you. Over to Brooklyn. Got a thumbs up on the Gowanus and the BQA. No major problems to report. Belt Parkway also looking clear from end to end. Here's what we see on Long Island's Big 3. Everything okay on the LIE, Northern State and Southern State. Have it stop to bring your car. You've been having to stay with the parade closures in effect for the next, 6 to 7 hours or so before they get everything cleaned up. Now, New York City subways are running on a Sunday schedule. Metro North on a Saturday schedule. LIRR is on a weekend major holiday schedule. And NJ Transit, they're operating on a holiday schedule. And also, we have alternate side parking rules suspended today, and that includes the meter rules, which are also suspended. Leave your car where it is. This report is sponsored by New York City Test and Trace Score. The holiday season, to keep your friends and family safe. Get tested for COVID-19 before and after you've traveled. To find a free convenient test site, call 212-COVID-19 or visit nyc.gov/COVID-test. No insurance required. I'm Russ Meyer, next 4831 on 1010 Wins.
Well, the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade is the real deal again this year, unlike last year, and we're a little more than half an hour away from the start. Glenn Schuck is good to go at the start line of the parade. Glenn?
And good morning, Lee. Happy Thanksgiving to you. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone. When I say everyone, Lee, I mean a lot
of people. This is one of the bigger crowds that I've seen here. I've been covering this for many years. The bleachers are packed. I think people just were so excited to get back out to a really once-in-a-world kind of event here, back here in New York City as we emerge out of the pandemic. These are big crowds today. The weather's perfect. Very little wind, of course. That's always an issue here. There's really no concern about having the balloons be brought down. Ada Twist Scientist off of Netflix is the balloon here right in the front here that is waiting to get going here right behind Tom Turkey. So we also have to go step into Clown College. I have to tell you, I spoke with this guy who's playing a clown this year. He's a retired elementary school teacher from Long Island. I have to say, he was not that funny. I hope he's not listening.
Wish everybody happy Thanksgiving. It's incredible. The crowd yells, screams, they want to touch you, they think you're a movie star, even though you're just like them, a simple person. And it's exciting to be part of it and get that rush feeling walking all the way through the parade.
No, I was just kidding with him, kid. You know, he's being very serious because he can't believe that he's actually in the parade among the 8,000 participants who are all vaccinated. We should mention the crowds that are pouring in here, the majority do have masks on. It's not mandated, but again, a lot of people are wearing masks. But just ready to start screaming and yelling, as you can hear the Macy's announcer next to me. I'm going to pass it to my colleague Juliette Papa again. Happy Thanksgiving to you, Juliette, on this beautiful morning.
Yeah, it certainly is, Glenn. Thank you so much, and back at you. But I'm here with Dan and his family. Dan, you're from Long Island, and you're telling me you're a veteran of this parade. How many years have you been coming?
This is my second year at the parade.
Oh, fantastic. Oh, okay, so not that big a veteran. That's great. And but last year there was no parade.
No, I was here. I was disappointed in that. I was here the year before. It was such a great experience. I'm so happy to be back again this year.
And who are these people with you today?
I have my niece, Kathy. I have Giovanna and Ava and Haley.
Oh, Haley. So who are you looking forward to seeing today?
Probably the Elf on the Shelf float.
Oh, yeah, that's right. And the Elf on the Shelf, I think he's in this year, correct? I think we're going to see him. We're going to see Diary of a Wimpy Kid, a Pikachu. Who do you want to see?
The Grinch.
Oh, the Grinch. And how about SpongeBob? Who's a SpongeBob fan?
SpongeBob.
Right?
Yeah.
What do you like about SpongeBob?
He's really goofy and he makes me laugh.
He does. I think he's going to have a little snail friend with him. How about you? Yeah, Snoopy. Snoopy is in it for the 42nd year, so he's the longest running balloon, and I think this year he's astronaut Snoopy, so big cheer for him. And who's your favorite?
Santa.
Oh, yeah, well, we'll be waiting for him, correct? All right, these are just some of the thousands of people that are out here on 6th Avenue, and somebody's having a bomboloni. I think, yes, it's got a little Nutella in it. Yeah. That is really good. And so far, everybody here is having a great time, and the parade isn't even here yet. Juliette Papa, 1010 Winds, reporting live at the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade.
And we want to thank the sponsors of our coverage of this year's parade, Mount Sinai Health System. Visit mountsinai.org to learn more at Touro College's New York School of Career and Applied Studies. NICE more degree options, more career opportunities. The cops got into a shootout with a man who opened fire on them last night in the Bronx. They were both hit, so was the shooter, but it looks like they're all going to make it.
Police Commissioner Dermot Shea says it started with a 911 caller saying there's someone with a gun. Two officers respond and approach the guy who's sitting on a stoop along Beaumont Avenue in the Belmont section.
As they're walking up, they're discussing tactically how they will approach. Within seconds, they are in a gunfight.
One officer is shot twice in the upper right arm, but returns fire, wounding the shooter. A second officer is hit in the right armpit, and the bullet exits from the other side of his chest. Mayor de Blasio grateful for how it turned out.
I want to give thanks that these two, thank God, are okay. And it looks like they'll make a full recovery.
Roger Stern, 1010 Winds at St. Barnabas Hospital in the Bronx.
Winds News Time 8:27. Now this, Rapelson Levine Law provides accident victims hope for a free consult. Visit rllawyers.com today.
Some people think if they already had COVID-19, it means they're fully protected. False. Others may think natural remedies can protect them. Some may be worried the vaccines cause infertility. That's false. Even healthy individuals are at risk of getting COVID-19 and having long-lasting health issues. Get vaccinated. For more
fixed income.
It's no problem. My monthly allowance from Center's plan gets me everyday items like toothpaste and vitamins, so I have extra money to spoil my grandkids.
That's wonderful.
Just call 877-CPHL-123 or visit centersplan.com.
Centers Plan for Healthy Living, LLC, is an HMO with Medicare and Medicaid contracts. Enrollment depends on contract renewal. Paid actor portrayal.
40 days up to 40 pounds. Say it with me, 40 days up to 40 pounds. That's how much you could lose when you join NJ Diet. Because NJ Diet only takes 40 days to lose 20 to 40 plus pounds. With NJ Diet's contractually guaranteed money-back program, you have absolutely nothing to worry about. NJ Diet is 100% tailored to you by using bioenergetically personalized supplements based on your hair, saliva, and blood work. Then, NJ Diet uses DNA testing to create your ideal diet plan and workout regimen to help you keep it on for the rest of your life. 40 days up to 40 pounds can be a real thing. Unlike other weight loss systems, NJ Diet is all natural. No shots, no hormones, no prepackaged foods, and no surgery. With offices throughout the tri-state area or worldwide with live online video consultations. Visit njdiet.com or call 855-5NJ-DIET. That's 855-5NJ-DIET. 40 days up to 40 pounds. 40 days.
Black Friday's on at Gap Factory and GapFactory.com. Everything's 50 to 70% off. Plus, shop only doorbusters, including 60% off sweaters and cozy add-ons. Shop the sale through November 27th at Gap Factory and GapFactory.com.
Well, the sun we have now will fade behind clouds at times, and we'll be hitting a high of 54 today in Midtown. Right now, 42, mostly sunny, humidity at 60, wind southwest at 7, 42 going up to 54. I'm Lee Harris with news time at Zone 8:30.
Good morning. I'm Kathleen Markle-Cow. Going somewhere this weekend? Well, yeah, you and millions of your closest friends, thanks to COVID vaccines and booster shots. The TSA reporting 6 straight days of more than 2 million flyers, a first since the pandemic began. Kelsey Shields, who hadn't seen some relatives in 20 months, told CBS News what she's looking forward to.
Family time and being able to see them for like the first time since the pandemic.
But getting there hasn't been easy. Some flights are contending with jammed airport parking lots.
There's no parking.
Also, long security lines. FAA tonight also reporting more than 5,000 unruly incidents this year, so the risk is trending down. That is correspondent Errol Barnett reporting. Even though President Biden has ordered the release of oil reserves to help fight higher gas prices, analysts really don't expect it to have much of an impact at the moment. Stay with 10-10 winds for traffic and transit on the one throughout the holiday weekend. Speaking of, at 8:31, traffic and transit with Russ Meyer.
Kathleen, I've got my eyes on the east side of Manhattan with lots of delays on the FDR northbound side that begin over by 79th Street and extend on up towards 111th Street. We've had a crash out there for a while now, leaving only one lane open. Beyond that, it's a clear drive to the GWB, and the southbound Harlem River traffic at the FDR also looking good, and a thumbs up for westbound Howie and for Henry Hudson Parkway. Here's what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels. All 3 Hudson River crossings are okay. And if you're traveling transit, which is your best option this morning, Metro North is operating on a Saturday schedule. The LIRR, they are on a weekend major holiday schedule, and NJ Transit also on a holiday schedule. And over the side, parking rules there are suspended today. That includes the meter rolls. This report is sponsored by Roundabout Theater Company's Trouble in Mind. Traffic and transit every 10 minutes on the one. Breaking traffic alert whenever they happen. I'm Rose Meyer on 10-10 win.
Trouble in Mind has just opened on Broadway, and the results are glorious to behold. Praise the Wall Street Journal. Trouble in Mind will take your breath away. Cheers the Associated Press. It's a mandatory stop in the fall season. Trouble in Mind, the New York Times Critics Pick.
Now the AccuWeather 4-day forecast with meteorologist Dean DeVore.
Yeah, we're going to look at this beautiful day and appreciate it with these temperatures getting up into the lower to middle 50s. Kathleen here. Good amounts of sunshine now. More and more clouds kind of fading it out as we go to the afternoon. And then those clouds picking up this evening. Later tonight, tomorrow morning, there will be some rain. And then temperatures going to start in the mid-upper 40s tomorrow and then drop. Real feels if you're out and about through the day will end up closer to 30 or below in the afternoon, and then it's cold and blustery on Saturday and dry. Sunday clouds up, and we're worried about some possibilities of rain and wet snow, even close to the city
creating at least wet and slushy roads close to the city Sunday night into early Monday. Maybe some slipperiness inland. We'll keep an eye on that. Temperature right now, 43. We're going up to a high today of 54. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Dean DeVore on New York's weather station, 1010 Winds.
Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. Join the many satisfied New Yorkers who have enjoyed the hassle-free experience that Cars for Kids guarantees. Go online at carsforkids.com.
A major retirement coming at the NYPD. Chief of Department Rodney Harrison has announced that he will step down effective December 30th. Harrison has served in several key posts in his career with the department, including being the first African-American chief of detectives. A Queens native, he's been with the NYPD since 1991, rising steadily through the ranks, including undercover work in the mid-1990s that led to him being shot by a drug dealer. He was honored with the Department Combat Cross for that incident. Commissioner Shea says Harrison is not just a trusted advisor and friend, but exactly the kind of leader the city and department needed in this challenging time. Harrison says he's extremely proud to spend his career protecting people and giving back to the city's communities. Harrison's wife is a retired NYPD lieutenant. Two of his adult daughters are patrol officers. Winds news at 8:34. A scary night in Inwood, where a 5-alarm fire sent almost 3 dozen people into the night. Flames broke out in the top floor of a 6-story building on Post Avenue and spread throughout. FDNY Chief of Department Thomas Richardson says nobody was hurt, but about 35 people were displaced. And it wasn't the first fire in the building.
They had a previous multiple alarm fire here in January of this year, so part of the building was under renovation.
The Red Cross is helping those displaced residents, and the department of buildings is assessing the stability of the structure. No word so far on a cause. Big drive underway to help homeless teenagers for this holiday season. Covenant Houses says it's an especially tough time for those children. The charity, supported by bold state names like Brian Cashman of the Yankees and Saquon Barkley of the Giants, stepping up its efforts. New Jersey Executive Director Jim White telling 50 Wins.
What we've learned is that the greatest poverty of our young people, their greatest poverty, is their aloneness. And we see that during the holidays. It becomes very profound and very pronounced. So what's really important is that we are really present there and try to make it as comfortable as best we can.
Covenant House says it served more than 1,000 young people in the last year. Winds news time 8:35. It is a tough Thanksgiving for Senator Chuck Schumer. His father died yesterday at age 98. The Senate Majority Leader told reporters this week his dad is in the hospital after a recent procedure for heart problems. The spokesman confirmed that Abe Schumer died at Long Island Jewish Medical Center. The senator says his father personifies the greatest generation, taking whatever was thrown at him and never complaining, describing his father as an amazing husband, parent, grandparent, and great-grandparent, adding that we love him and will miss him. No word so far on any funeral arrangements. Another unexpected cast change for Annie Live. That is coming up next in 10 Winds Entertainment. Winds News at 8:36.
A season of cheer and joy fills the town, except for Scrooge with his turban frown. The gift of a Peloton bike touched his soul without doubt. When your workout's a joy, it's a joy to work out. This Black Friday, get the original Peloton bike at our best holiday price ever, $1,495. All access membership separate. Terms apply. See website for details.
9/11 didn't end on 9/11. Susan Richard here, and what exactly do I mean by that? Well, I'm talking about the 68 cancers and respiratory illnesses that have been linked to the toxic dust. The good news is you may qualify for free lifetime health care through the 9/11 Victim Compensation Fund. Barish and McGarry, lawyers for the 9/11 community, urge anyone who is below Canal Street on 9/11 or in the 8 months after to contact them at 911victims.com and see if you're eligible for that free lifetime health care. See, even if you're healthy right now, you need to prove you were there in the event you have any health issues in the future. Also, something else many folks don't realize, this is not just for first responders, it's for everyone. And if you lost a loved one from a 9/11 illness, you're likely eligible for compensation. Visit 911victims.com, that's 911victims.com. Barish and McGarry, lawyers for the 9/11 community. Winds News time 8:38 now, 10 Winds Entertainment. Another lineup change for Annie Live. Broadway's original Annie dropped out because of the family health crisis. Andrea McCardle was playing Eleanor Roosevelt in the live TV production, but told People magazine her father's in the hospital and she has to be putting all of her energy into his care. McCardle ended with good wishes for the show, saying, "Break a leg, everyone." She is the second boldface named to lead Annie Live. James Kowski dropped out as Lily St. Regis because of a breakthrough case of COVID. Now, Megan Hilty took that over. Well, Beatles fans are feeling particularly grateful this Thanksgiving with a big treat from Lord of the Rings filmmaker Peter Jackson. Get Back is a 6-hour docuseries on the Let It Be sessions. Jabez Olsen was the editor.
You're close to them, you're in the front row, they're playing great, you can see them really well, and, compared to some of the other concert footage that exists of the Beatles, which it feels a bit remote and like you're watching from a long way back, and it feels very much like a piece of historical footage. This feels so personal and in your face that you're really there, and I think, it is one of the great things to come out of it.
That comes out this weekend. One in Jacksonville, Hotel, California for the Eagles. The band plans to take the album on an 8-city tour starting in Savannah, February 19th.
Looking for a good investment? Want to reduce uncertainty, financial risk, and hedge inflation? Here are 8 reasons to consider NRIA's Prime Real Estate Development Fund. Steady monthly cash flow payouts with double-digit targeted returns. Solid, affordable, high-demand home and apartment assets back you. New construction built where housing is badly needed and demand booming. Substantial properties already built and selling right now supporting you. Short and long-term strategies with steady cash flow and appreciation anticipated. An industry leader with a 15-year track record of 3 million square feet built and a pipeline of $1.7 billion of new property in progress. Hedge against inflation and receive steady cash flow. Start your due diligence at nria.net or call 800-800-1414. That's 800-800-1414.
An offer of securities is only made by the NRIA Private Placement Memorandum. Read it first. Past performance does not guarantee future results. NRIA is a real estate development firm. Learn more at nria.net.
The relentless pursuit of the stories that matter to you. 10-10 wins.
The Newswatch never stops. This is 10-10 Wins. You give us 22 minutes, we'll give you the world.
Good morning. 42 degrees at 8:40 on this Thanksgiving Day, Thursday, November 25th. I'm Kathleen Marple-Calvin. Here's what's happening. The balloons are back, lady. Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade returns in real life. Tinted with Juliet Papa and Glenn Schuck are there. A struggle with a gunman in the Bronx has left 2 police officers wounded. They are recovering as the suspect was also hit and is facing charges. A lot of holiday concerns about COVID. Health experts offer safety advice even as the European Union okays the Pfizer vaccine for kids. Plenty of reaction to the verdict in the Ahmaud Arbery case. 3 white Georgia men have been convicted of murder in the death of a black jogger. Packages in the mail. U.S. Postal Service says it's going to do better this year. Nets win. Rangers beat Isles. Devils lose. And then wins AccuWeather. Milder, clouds and sunny breaks. 40 for the start of the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. 54 this afternoon. Wednesday, time 8:41. Traffic and transit now with Russ Meyer.
Kathleen, we got a crash on the east side of Manhattan. This has been out there for a while now. It's on the northbound side, over by 111th Street. Been watching it on our 10-10 Wins jam cam. It's taking out a couple of lanes and snarling traffic back to 79th Street. As a result, the avenues instead of just heading downtown or uptown, you got West Side Highway and Henry Hudson Parkway doing okay. But your car is best out of Manhattan today because of the parade closures. And it'll be getting underway about 20 minutes from now. In the meantime, you've got 8th Avenue blocked off from 77th to 59th, and 8th and 6th, and then 6th Avenue down to 34th, plus many side street closures around that area. So stick with transit. Everything with transit is running on or close to schedule. Here's what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels. All 3 upper river crossings doing okay. All the facades suspended, including Cedar Falls. This report is sponsored by Storage Crew. Self-storage couldn't be easier with free pickup and a guarantee to beat any price. You can wait for the store anywhere else. Visit storagecrew.com or call 781-STORAGE to schedule your free pickup. I'm Ross Byron at 4051 on Thanksgiving.
Looks like Thanksgiving in New York. Yeah, the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade returns in full.
Welcoming us here today. We've got some candy cane behind us. We've got Radio City Music Hall with their big tree in front of us, and I have Jack standing here. Jack, how old are you and where are you from?
from Wantagh.
Fantastic. Now, have you been to this parade before?
No.
Wow. I see you have a great seat. How did you get that front row seat?
My dad's a cop and his friend's working this.
Oh, okay. Like a bunch of us are working this, right? Well, who do you want to see in this parade?
The Tom the Turkey.
Absolutely. And you were mentioning somebody else, too, some cartoon character that you like.
Charlie Brown and Snoopy.
That's right. And Snoopy is going to be the astronaut Snoopy today because they're honoring the NASA program and the 50th anniversary of the moon landing. And is there anybody else that you'd like to see? Who comes at the end of the parade?
Santa.
Yeah, I think that's a big deal. You're going to hang around for him?
Yeah.
I think that's true. We're all going to wait for that, but we can't wait for the start of the parade, and that's going to happen just about 20 minutes from now. And our 10-10 Wins reporter Glenn Schuck is there at the starting gate. Glenn, what does it look like there?
Well, it looks like we're going to be right on time, right at the top here at 9 o'clock. We've waited so long for this to come back after the pandemic, and it's just literally people are going to be busting out of their sneakers or shoes, whatever they're participating in, because they just want to get going. We're watching 120 members right now, Julia, the Ann Richards Marching Stars, young people from a school in Texas. They're going to perform Girls Just Want to Have Fun. They're right behind Tom Turkey. They're actually getting in position now. So actually, just start off, not only we also have this.
I'm Julie Saltman. Okay, well, I am a wind-up doll, but I think I'm a schizophrenic one because I'm wooden and I'm metal. So don't line me up. I've been in the parade before, but I was definitely in it last year for all 8 blocks, and I was really glad it wasn't canceled, but now this year I get the whole 3.5 miles.
Getting in position, too, I want to mention Ada Twist Scientist. This is a new balloon from Netflix that will be part of the parade as well. So as we count down the final minutes, please stay by the radio. We're going to have this entire excitement for you here. It's coming up in just a couple of minutes. One shot, 10-10 Wins right here at the start, 77th Street and Central Parkway.
And indeed, 10-10 Wins is the official radio station of the parade. Stay with us for full coverage with Glenn and Juliet. This year's sponsor, the Mount Sinai Health System. Visit mountsinai.org to learn more. And Toro College's New York School of Career and Applied Studies. Nice gas. Wednesday time, 8:45. A struggle with a gunman in the Bronx left 2 police officers hurt and the suspect wounded as well. The officers now recovering. The suspect facing charges and recovering too.
We are very lucky tonight.
Police Commissioner Dermot Shea describing what happened as 2 cops approached a man suspected of having a gun along Beaumont Avenue in the Belmont section. One of the officers speaks first.
He immediately says, "Can you take your hands out of your pockets?" And as he steps towards him, the individual stands up, the gun comes out, and the shots are fired.